Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 11 of our Season 2 for Medieval Dynasty. Today we are going to work on hopefully getting some more housing up. We're moving on into winter, so we're not going to have to fool with the fields, which is going to be nice. We will have to make a mine run because it's a new season. We will continue flirting with our wife, hopefully more successfully, and probably get some questing done since the demands on us in winter are not as large. So those are our plans for today. If you learn anything useful or have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, here we go. We are in the last day of fall, and we are fairly close to the end of the day. We have a bunch of onion seeds for no apparent reason. I'm wondering if we got them from a quest. Okay, so we have two. Let's see. Let's do stamina at this point for the oh, that was our last point. So yeah, we are now max level in production. So we have no more points. Stamina for building has been reduced slightly. We're not gonna really notice much of a difference there because of how infrequently we have to hammer with the quick building up. So that's not gonna be a huge deal. And we do have some raw meat on us, so we can throw that in here for them to make into potage, which for some reason we don't have any potage in here. Is she just not able to make it fast enough? Is that what's going on? Production, psych. Got a smithy too. Oh, they're out of tools. Oh, right, we needed to make some hammers for them. That's alright, though. We're looking at the kitchen right now. So what's wrong with the kitchen? Potage is meat, cabbage, and wooden bowl, all three of which we have. She's making 7 bowls a day. Is it that they're eating more than that? 7 times 60. No, it's not 60 for potage, is it? I thought it was 60, but it might not actually be. So let's check our tech tree and see what it actually is for potage, because I feel like it's not 60. It's 30. Okay. So that's going to give us 210. And we are consuming 390. That's the problem. So we are going to need another kitchen, probably. Or to make some ourselves. Making some ourselves is probably not a terrible idea since we craft so quickly. So let's go ahead and grab some bowls. But let's go ahead and make this fertilizer. That'll help quite a bit. And then we can dump that off and make this food for them. As the one kitchen worker is not able to keep up with what we actually need, and we can't upgrade it just yet. So we're going to have to get a little bit creative to make this work for now. But that's okay. I believe it's 3 in 1. Three and 2. So we need 150 meat and 100 cabbage. But that's alright. This will get us a little bit of production tech points, and that's going to go a long ways towards helping out. Boop. There you go. That's also going to get him some extra water, which is never a bad thing. Although we do still have that gal in the on the well. I'm going to wait to collect that so that we can keep those percentages as even as possible. I think we've already spoken to Kazimira today. Plan out. I was thinking about this afternoon, actually, trying to figure out how I wanted to handle the houses. Because where the field is, the back end of this house is too far in for us to be able to continue the line straight. Which means it's going to have to start out here. And it's going to be offset by almost a whole house, which means our other road this way is going to have to be quite a bit further back to make the alleyway between the houses reasonable. as a little side street. So I don't really want to start that just yet. I feel like a better bet would actually be to... And see, we don't have the fold yet either, so I don't want to put the other buildings on the side where they're going to be, because that's not going to work right either. I don't know, I'm kind of in a quandary here. Okay, so Alwyn's quest we have to wait until tomorrow for. We could work on Dobroniega's story. Unagos, we just have to go talk to Sambor. I feel like Dobro's is going to be super short. I don't remember that being particularly long. We will need to get some plantains for it, though, I believe. If we want Dude to survive. And I don't see any reason to not let him survive, so... Grabbing a couple of plantains is a small cost for somebody's life. And here's a bunch of them right here, so that works out. We could also grab some more logs, but I didn't want to spend a bunch of time chopping if I didn't have to. I mean, that's kind of the whole point in having the other dude. We are not picking up any more rocks. We have so many rocks, it's not even funny. Was that a level or a tech? No, that was a regular level. That is less useful. We got mule done. I think we're doing one with the earth at this point. No, we want to do No, that's not it either. Careful miner, that's what we were working on. Because that one's going to give us more resources from deposits, which means the mine's going to be more lucrative if we do it that way. I lost Donkey. There he is. Alright, let's take these left. So now something that we can do, we're not going to build them right away, but we can get the setups on the other side of the field started, just so that we have them for spacing reasons. I think that's probably not a terrible idea. And I do want to put these logs on Donkey for the moment so that I don't accidentally build something. But let's, so we're going to need a farm shed. I'm going to face north on that one. I think Donkey's going to be in the way for this. So we're going to get him to move a little bit. Good boy. Yep, I hear you. Okay, so we want to face north, and we want the... Actually, we can just do it this way. Okay, so that's as far right as we can go. And then we'll inch it towards the field. Perfect. Alright, and then our second build is going to be... Can we get a tier 3 house? I think we're going to have the same problem on this side that we did on the other. No, we're not. Nope, we've got the room on this side. I don't know how or why we have it on this side but not the other side, but alright. It is what it is. Perfect. So that house we might actually finish off. And then as far as this goes, we are going to do some wood fencing. So let's... I think that'll be enough. This is the part that I didn't really want to eyeball. So where... Yeah. That should be enough. That should be enough. We're gonna go with that and hope that it's enough. Now our biggest problem here is going to be that I want the fold first, and we cannot currently craft the fold, which is going to be the biggest problem. I also cannot see the other end of the field. I really feel like we should have gone the other way. So let's do that. Let's go the other way. So there's going to be an orchard here. So it's actually going to be twice as long. This is not wise to do in the dark. I think this whole thing was cursed from the get-go. Let's work on this in the bright. Because I want it all one continuous fence with gaps where I want the gate. And I didn't put the gate down either, so I think that whole thing was just cursed from the get-go. But we've got these two situated, which is good. Oh, that's why it let us put it there, because this building isn't as deep. There's a wider gap here than there should be. Okay. That makes more sense. Because I wanted that flush with that, and it's not going to work that way. So you know what? Let's actually put the smaller house there, because that's going to put a damper on other things. Or we can transition to winter. That's fine, too. Okay. So we caught a thief. Let's just banish him, because any other way is going to be bad. We only lost 4% of our crafting items, so that's not a big deal. Okay, don't accidentally click. It is winter now, which is going to make this a little bit easier. So let's remove this and put the tier 2 house there, like we had originally planned, because the tier 3 house can kind of fit there, but not where I actually wanted it. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. There we go. So now it almost flushes even with the field, so that's a good spot. And then we will run our fence from this corner post. So I know that we're going to need it to be fairly large. Let's do a gate. Here-ish. And then we will set another gate. You know what, we really only need one gate. We can jump these fences, it's not a big deal. So let's do fencing. We're going to take it from this edge. Come on, work with me here. And we are pointed south, so we just need to crab walk here. We're going to put it right up against the edge of the field. And then we're going to take it this way. And I think so we keep lined up on the north axis, we can kind of see what we've got going on out there. So that's the end of the fencing. Or the gate, rather. So let's take it to like here-ish. Because there's like a kind of a line in the snow here. And we're going to use that to guide us a little bit. That was pretty close. That ought to be more than enough for all three. We might have to knock down the other end for the stable, but we should have plenty of room for everything that we were going for here. I really wish I was better at planning this stuff out, but we have to make do with what we have. So we will romance. How are you doing? What's the difference between a woman's argument and a knife? I don't know if she's going to find that funny or not. I've always appreciated an empathetic and sensitive woman. That's not her. Your smile is warming. Let's try the joke, because she seemed to like the last crass joke that we did. +5. Alright. I envy the birds. How magnificent would it be to glide across the sky towards the unknown? I've heard that okay, let's go with the, again, the terrible joke here, the pun. +7. Bless you. Can't stand laziness in people, that's not going to be good. Sometimes the world just seems pointless, barren. I want to bleed just to know if I'm still alive. That's, okay. let's say she's hilarious. She hasn't said anything, but so far we've been avoiding that one, and I'm terrible at this, so maybe. That's a plus 10. Okay, so yeah, apparently that's how it's done. I want to do with you what spring does with the cherry trees. Do I even want to know what that means? You have exceptionally beautiful eyes. I don't... Wow, plus 5. Okay. So we've got her up to 80%, so it is very likely that we will be married by the end of the year, as our previous goal was stated. Provided I can keep up that kind of mojo. Alright, let's go hit up the wine. Let's go hit up the wine! Let's go hit up the mine right away. And, that way we can get it off our plates. I was going to say off the table, but house ready. And then I've got this fenced off for putting in the farm buildings, but I'm worried that I'm not going to give enough space for the fold here. I don't remember if the fold is the same size as the pigsty or not. I want to say it is. We could probably temporarily put an extra pigsty placement there, just as a placeholder for the fold, and then put the other buildings in the order that I want them. That's an option, because we need to clear off that side so that we can get the houses going to over there. And I'm trying to do that, but I'm not doing... I'm a little worried after how our last attempt went on the other side and not being able to put the bigger houses where I wanted them. I'm worried that my planning skills are not up to this, and we're going to wind up in a similar conundrum. Is this seriously the last node? I think, Oh, no, there were 2. I think we should have just pushed that. I didn't realize how few there were left. Yep. Yep, we should have just grabbed those 2 nodes before we left. That's my fault. Alright, that's the mine pick clean. It's not even midday of the first day yet. Alright, so we will put these stones away and grab back out the ores. The copper and tin. We got a lot of copper that time around. Wow! Oh, right, because we put the point in for extraction. We actually got more ore this time than we normally do. That's why we had to make the extra stop. And why we had to stop early. I completely forgot that we put that point in there. It's 26 bronze out of this run. That's not fantastic, but it's not awful either. Well, did we have any leftover tin? We did. All is well. Well, that's good to hear, man. I'm glad your life is going well. That is exciting. Sticks, 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 sticks. Do we not have sticks? Did I used all the sticks, didn't I? Yep. I was gonna make some copper knives out of this stuff. And I used all the sticks. So we're only doing some copper knives to get rid of that copper. So it's not like we need all of the sticks. Alright. Now we should be able to do a bit of a sale run while we're out and about. We can grab what's over here in storage as well. Because there's several villages right near us that we can hit up. So we've got our copper knives. Looks like we used even all of the ore, or bars, that's good. Bronze axes. Yeah, we'll skip Baranica. I don't think that we have enough to actually clear everybody out, so we'll just start over here. Shoot. I completely forgot to make the copper hammer for the quest. I used all of our copper to make knives. We're gonna have to buy one now. Whoops. You have a nice day too, bud. Oh, hey, diplomacy level. Always good. Yell at your kid later. Buy my stuff now. Let's see. All the simple shoes gone. Most of the knives. She has enough for the spear, and she does not have enough for any flax seeds, so that's the end of her. And I think Baranica only has 2. Are we in Branica or Baranica? We're in Branica. So we want to head to Tukti. And Tukti's actually got a quest, so multiple use there. Right, diplomacy levels. We should be able to get... Yep, barter we can max now, so we'll be doing as well as can be expected there. So our next ones are going to be inspiring speech. And then after that we will go for Castellan and then good host. Like we did last time. That inspiring speech will get them to harvest stuff faster. Or, well, production faster. Regardless of type, so... Like, Stesso turned me on to Sunken Land, and I've been playing that with a friend. And I'm also playing Baldur's Gate 3 with a different friend. But I still play this as well, for one, for the stream, but 2, because it's fun. So... And I am doing, I am recording what we're doing on Sunken Land, so I will put together a cut and a video after we're decently far through, or when we decide to stop playing. I will go through and do a cut for people if they want to see what the game's like. It's really neat. It's based on like a water world theory. It's like Stranded Deep, but actually good. I particularly like how Medieval Dynasty puts together the management of a village along with the survival aspects. I feel like that really adds something to the game. It's like a simulation as well as a city builder, as well as a survival game, as well as a base builder, all tied into one. And I think that they did a wonderful job with that. I really do. Yeah, I am totally still waiting for the multiplayer on this. I'm super excited for the new map. I think that's going to be frigging amazing. It is super convenient to load into Medieval Dynasty and know exactly where everything is so you can get going. Like, Season 2's been super smooth because my memory was jogged off of Season 1 as to where everything was, so we've been able to navigate quickly. We got all of our stuff up very quickly. But to play a new map where we don't have everything memorized already is going to be an absolute blast. And I'm very much looking forward to that. However, finding a nice flat spot to live is going to be a bit of a problem in the beginning, I think. Right, pulse, that's what I was looking for. So there's 46. And I had 1 on me? 2 on me. So that's 48. So we can take 2 of these. There we go. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to try to put the sty over here as a spacer. And we'll give it just a little bit of extra space just in case. But I think that'll give us enough room to get the fold in there. I think they're about the same size. Because we're not actually going to build the sty here. We're just going to drop it for size comparison. They feel like they're about the same size. So we'll put it like right here. Okay, so we want the sty, and then we want, or the sheep, and then we're going to want the geese. So we're going to give that a little bit more of a gap as well. And hopefully that'll give us enough room for it there. And then we're going to do the actual sty. And these can be right up on each other because they will be neighbors. Okay. And then I don't know if the It might fit. It's going to be tight. We might be able to fit the, oh, stable here. I think we might actually put it this way, though. If it'll let us. Instead of, next to that other one. And we'll see if it'll let us do that, because it might fit a little bit better. But I think this one's going to have a little bit of space there, but I think we might be able to get the fold in there. We will find out. So we've got our main strip of production buildings done. So any of the other production buildings that we build are just going to be double ups. So at that point we can put them back behind the other side opposite of the housing district. And that will give us our extra production without us having to deal with them being in the way. The only thing that might actually be a problem is going to be the second logging shed. And I think we're actually going to put it over here across the river so that it's close enough to trees. It has to be within 50 meters of trees is the big thing. Now the big downside to these is we are about to lose a bunch more of our animal feed that we currently have. Because these are empty and the other ones are full and we can't pull the food out of the other ones to move it. So we are going to wind up losing most of what animal feed we have left, which means we are going to have to do a second season of oats. Well, no, we still have quite a lot of oats left, don't we? Oh. Oats. Yeah, we can probably do another 90 food just fine, I think. I would say I regret not putting points into the get materials back when you destroy stuff, because we could get most of the materials that we need by destroying the old buildings over there. But the problem with that is we're not going to use it for very long before we don't actually need the extra materials back anymore. Okay, so we need 6, 12, 18, 24, 25, 26. 26 sticks. Let's look for this up. That should give us... I know taxes are going to be astronomical until we get these built and actually are using them. But, because we are actually taxed for every one of these ghost forms as if they were there. So, like, these 2 buildings we're going to be charged for. These 3 houses we're going to be charged for. So we need to get those up as soon as possible so that we're actually getting use out of them. And I also want to get these guys out of these wattle ones over here. Now, where is Kazimira? Why is she not hanging out in front of her house like everybody else? This is weird. She is still inside. Hey-o.
Hail, friend.
Alright. Divorce by combat to even up the chances the husband stands still in a hole up to his waist with one of his arms tied behind his back. You're one of the smartest people I've met. Now, last time she got offended about that. Wow, that one is super sexualized. I don't know. What do you guys think? 2 or 4? Do we go with the divorce by combat or the fantasizing about her? She does like dirty jokes, but that's about all that we really know about her. And she doesn't like sophisticated things. 4? Alright. +5. Good call, Venomous. Do you know why bears would never use swords? Because they always fight with their bare hands. Okay, she's not going to give 2 shits about a scribe. I don't know that she's going to care about the taxidermy one either, so I think we're going to go with the terrible bear joke, which was +7. Excellent. I want to do with you what spring does with the cherry trees. That is... Alright. Once heard that the king's castle is a real maze. Have you heard about... Oh, we know that she likes the blacksmith from Hornica joke. We got 10 off of that one last time. The horny joke. Yep, +10. Her affection is now maxed. It is time for us to get married. You had me at hello. It's so embarrassing now that I realize you didn't even say hello. I just always wanted to say that. Can we start over? Oh yeah, sure, let's get married. Oh, the Freebird, yeah. I figured that there was somewhere a list of things that you should pick for personality bases, but I think it's a little bit more fun to just kind of go with it. Oh, look at that lovely summer wedding, even though it's the middle of effing winter. That's fantastic. Also, you don't live here anymore, lady. Nope, you do not. And they're still doing fine on food. They still have 90%. I am curious once the young donkey grows up to see whether or not they will breed without a handler. Because I've seen things online that say yes, they will breed without handlers, and things that say no, they will not breed without handlers. I'm not entirely sure which is accurate, so we are just going to make sure that the donkeys never have a handler. And I want to use them as an experiment and see if they will breed. Because we kind of bought... I really didn't want to, but... we definitely need to buy that hammer, because that's going to give us some production XP, I think. Or at least technology points. I keep calling them both XP interchangeably, and that could be confusing to people that aren't familiar with the game. There's a very big difference between technology points and experience points. Technology points are used to unlock things. Experience points are used to get skill ups, where you get perks. Generally, doing an action gives you both experience and I already lost the word. Technology points. But the quests mostly just give you technology points. They don't actually give you XP. Not actually a blacksmith. Oh, hey, here's a quest. What do you need, sir? Hey, hey, hey. Stop.
How can I help you?
Reliable fighter? Nope, nope, nope. The wolf quest does not give tech points either.
Best goods in the valley.
But he does have blacksmith tools. So let's see if there's a copper hammer. There is. We will buy one for 132 coins and chalk that up to me being dumb and that being the tax on stupid. Let's make some knives, and we will take our shoes and stuff, and we'll head up towards, like we're going to the mine, but we will harvest those really nice trees up there, and dump them off in the storage up by the mine. And then come back here to get the stuff out. I think that'll be a good way around it. We have almost 1,000 rocks now. I think we might have to tell her to calm down. Let's. And I just looked at the time. I did not realize how late it was. So we will actually save our sale run for tomorrow's stream. And get our trees on tomorrow's stream because it is actually 8 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and call it here. It's a good spot. We've got everything packed up. It's still daylight. We're in a good spot to sell our stuff off. We did get our wife. We did get some of the buildings built. Oh, I'm sorry, Stesso. Don't be sad, man. We hit most of our goals. We got our farming stuff moved. We got the buildings at least placed, if not built yet. We're just waiting on logs. So we're in great shape. We did get our mine run done. So tomorrow we can start off with the sale run, get some logs, and get those houses finished. But if you guys learned anything useful tonight, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night, and thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic